So this weekend, I'm going to be taking part in the David Goggins Stay Hard Challenge, also known as the 4x4x48. From Friday night until Sunday night, I'm going to run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours straight. The most I've ever run in a day is 16 miles, and that was pretty hard. That was about a month ago. So I don't know. Why am I doing this? That's the question. There's a bunch of reasons I'm gonna break down real quick for you here. One is I am a strong believer in the concept of voluntarily doing difficult things, because someday you might have to do a difficult thing and you won't be able to avoid it. So just the concept of doing difficult things, pushing your limits, so that one day when you have to push your limits, you are maybe more familiar with those elements of yourself. Secondly is I am trying to model what I am always advocating for, which is just doing hard things, pushing yourself, setting goals, and things like that. I have 2 small children, and our family motto is, I can do hard things. So no matter what it is, whether it's mental or physical or emotional, I want to raise my kids and the students that I teach and people who are subscribing to this social media. I want them to try and really believe in this concept that you are capable of doing very difficult things. And that is why I do things. I've done 7-day water fasts. I've done different kind of difficult athletics and things like that. But this is going to be the hardest thing that I've probably ever done. And along those lines, you know, I push for people to do very difficult things, and I get told a lot, well, I'm a straight white man from the upper middle class and all that kind of stuff, so I don't know what it's like to do hard things, or I don't know what hardship is like. So if I am voluntarily doing hard things, that is a way to rebut those kinds of accusations that are put on me, because I don't care what color your skin is, or who you're attracted to, or what kind of genitals you like, or anything like that. At the end of the day, doing the 4x4x48 challenge is difficult for everybody. Probably the biggest reason why I'm doing this, though, is it is a way to kind of make amends with my past and my demons and all that kind of stuff. That's why we do a lot of what we do, right? That's why we're motivated to do strange things and we choose the careers that we do, is in some way is trying to reconcile past trauma and things like that. So growing up, I never played any sports. I was very, very unathletic. I did karate at the YMCA, but I never played baseball, little league football, pee-wee football, anything like that. Never did any of that. When we did the physical testing for the presidential fitness things in middle school and high school, I was always at the lowest. I couldn't do a single pull-up. I probably couldn't even do a push-up. When we tried to do the mile run, I got sick and threw up. I couldn't even run a mile. Very, very unhealthy kid. And I unfortunately subscribed to the mindset of, if you're not good at something, you just shouldn't do it. So I just became very apathetic and just didn't care about physical activity or anything like that. And then in my early 20s, I got sick. I got something called intracranial hypertension. It was a long, drawn out process of a lot of pain and then a lot of surgeries. I spent a lot of time in hospital beds, and I was unable to be physically active. And when I was unable to be physically active, I realized the importance of becoming physically active. So while this was in my early 20s, at that point I was going to the gym and trying to, gain some muscle to, attract girls and stuff like that. This was an eye-opening experience for me to really get into more athletics and things like that, which brought me into martial arts and jiu-jitsu and boxing and things along those lines. That was in my early 20s. Then in 2018, in my mid-30s, I had 2 small kids at home, and I was married, and I had a nice life and everything like that. I had a stroke, venous sinus thrombosis, which was brought on by, I think, severe dehydration. But again, I went from feeling like I'm in really good health, really good shape, and then I went to the ICU, and it was really touch and go for a while there. So now I'm in a point where I'm blessed with health, and because I'm blessed with health, I want to see what the limits of my physical capabilities are. And again, when you go through things where you think you might die, or you're unable to move under very, very strict medical orders not to do any physical activity, when you're able to do it, you crave that. So while it might not make sense to you, These are some of the reasons why I am choosing to do this challenge. I am also to keep me accountable, because it'd be very easy on Friday afternoon just to be like, screw it, I'm not doing this. I am teaming up with Official Bare Truth, and they are a charity with Joseph Bradford III is who started it. I had him on my podcast, and he is doing the work that unfortunately Los Angeles City and state government have really dropped the ball on, and he houses and feeds and clothes homeless population of Los Angeles. They need as many resources as possible, and if you are able to support me in my efforts by giving to Official Bare Truth, then what it will do is keep me accountable, so I know, oh, okay, I'm working because these people gave their hard-earned money for it, while also giving to a good cause. So please support Official Bare Truth. The link is in my bio. I will be doing Instagram lives in between my runs and things like that. I'm gonna be documenting the whole thing, maybe not saving it, but I don't know, I'll be documenting the whole thing as I push myself. And if this isn't your bag, if this isn't things that you're into, no worries, but I do encourage you to push yourself, whether it's emotionally or mentally or physically, to find out what your limits are. Always do it safely, but try to push your limits so you know what your limits are and see what you're capable of. I appreciate you guys for the support, and I'll be documenting this thing as I jump into it this weekend. Thank you very much.